the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Denis Miracle Aboagye say Honorable Kennedy Agyapong what can anuntum na we huhudodo ede na bibi obeye bia no opese amansan nyina ehu ede ne si na Denis Miracle Aboagye waka asemboi wode akere Kennedy Agyapong abusua ehu odu nyina e wo Nsem-Pii TV gede bi e ba besomwo ye nyina yenim se ede ochena na delegate conference no ekoso e wa MPP ma yekodi mu na Kennedy Agyapong adonoti 4 million Ghana cedis empayfo enfamboa eno ena de beto abonten na Honorable anase Denis Miracle Aboagye tell say sa de na wo ya na se papa wo ya wo de beto abonten no enya de se eya papa egu amayeko no ase wo so obisa ne se NDC amayeko ekwa abrekuma na ofo no wonim ska NDC fo do no tie esu obie no ho a wotim de beto abonten no obie no ho a wotim de beto abonten enti wonya se adoye kakra bi obeye ewa abonten no anaso obeye no na wode beto abonten na wo ye de se wadonoti no onipsika Dr. Arahaj Mahmoud Baumia wode bae abusia yankwe abra Denis Miracle Aboagye wo ka che Kennedy Agyapong se ekasika paadia na ne ka nya ono ko ade wusika wa mayikonum amanfo bebiri wusika wa mayikonum a wo moboa na wonsua Julius Debra mo ene won na wo keka ho na onya se kakra bi ole bebia no na wo timu ede bonu ho asafo hene abusia we influence Nsem-Pii TV for me free Denis Miracle Aboagye evidence no eye audio go pronso yanko na koko TV yaba Nsem-Pii TV ene T4 ebeto aso
Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ama 4 million Ghana cedis to support the organization.
We need to stop it. You see, this idea say your contribution to the party and not sorry, it causes problems for even the voters. Now maybe a voter, now me we say 4 million, we say 10 million, we say 20 million. Mobile Accra now Trabas Numba Sunyani, I was a Noko Toba MPP. Now bank, I know 4 million, 10 million, no baby. But say no, and you see how mobile chama delegate to or the organization. Not if you know, I don't know who or not. Yes, saying Yenu Kromwa, and one of the things they did, and they say delegates got to a baby. Now program now say I know behind the microphone. Where my say, mentor where my say. We know that's a big problem. Yenjai. As we speak, as a party mobilizes a car. Me person here the media to draw. Why shouldn't the party let the party do it? I am saying that it doesn't help the cause of the party. You may disagree, but a lot of people listening would agree. Say, yes. After about 1 year, when I call competition of as a harvest, going, where's my 10, where's my 20 candidates no more higher. Tomorrow is not a contest of candidates. Tomorrow is for the party. It's not a contest of candidates. And you're for party, no. So what you say? It's not a party, no Juma. I know the General Secretary will announce the calendar. What you say? At the conference tomorrow. If you conference in Asia, a convent them. Na candidates na way and we say mama say obi
yeah, but say in I remember say Blekumanov no Honorable Brian Emma, it was public. It's was public.
It's a complete no-go area. It's a complete no-go area. It's a complete no-go area.
Government, they might rub now.
No, the NDC.
I'm a fan too.
That's what they say. Greater Accra Regional Minister, like I say,
and yet those were not the words we used to say. Vote by in the idea cost to
it's an admission. It's an admission.
No, I was stating exactly what she said.
But did you hear? I am saying that Obi. First of all, let me put it on record. It's unnecessary. All the candidates, Dr. Baumia, Brian, airtime. Everybody should stop it. Airtime say your friend is a conference. Now Ghana friend any share. What is the essence of the organization of this conference? Is to say 4 million, 5 million, 10 million. It's way more than that.
Is this hold the candidate any BM this time?
The candidate is also say 4 million, but it's unnecessary. It is more.
Total cost for this program.
You understand? It is more. You understand? More. My candidate's contribution is more than that. Okay. But it is wrong for him to come and mention how much he contributed.
Okay.
The General Secretary may do that at the conference. It's typically
okay.
They may announce contributors.
Okay.
What they say, but it's annoying to the general populace. Say, radio now, TV now, prepare to come to the conference. Now, acquire contest. So what? So you contributed 1 cedi. So what? It is not your 1 cedi that was used to organize the conference. Okay. It is more. So I just say, Obi, let me make this point. As we speak, there are even party former appointees who are contributing.
Former appointees.
Yes, the chief of staff has been mobilizing it for the past week to support the organization.
Certain members of parliament
are contributing. Former ministers are contributing. Individuals are contributing. Party dues is contributing.
Party dues is someone should enter.
Oh, go for you.
Okay.
Go for you. It will be. Who they now? Who here now? And now I see a announcement. It only causes problems for the party, and we are saying that at time we should stop it.
Okay.
If you feel say, "Oh, my party now there, this is a mobility and then family."
Okay.
But this thing that you contribute to the party, and then because you see the danger is that immediately you come and mention how much you gave to Free, the other candidates are also forced to also come and mention, because if they don't mention, it's as if they didn't do it. You realize say Free did more than he did the first person. It's not nice.
Okay.
What you say? There are so many people contributing. People have contributed more than the figure you are seeing on the flyer. But nobody needs to announce that. It's unnecessary.
Very well. Regional Secretary, finally, what do you
even, and I think there's another one that we haven't really mentioned. The constituency, the creation of the constituency caucus.
Constituency caucus.
No. You raise a point, and David Ikano. So the constituency caucus is now bringing almost everybody. So David Proud will become part of the Agyapong North Constituency caucus. Because it was once a constituency, the former constituency executives, former members of parliament, former municipal district chief executives.
And they will have a caucus,
a big body
in constituency.
So see, we are bringing them on board, but they are not coming in as constituency executives.
Okay.
So there's been a creation of the constituency caucus.
Okay.
So another body, which is now going to encompass all these people.
Now, I'm competing with executives.
Maybe some more roles, OBR roles have been defined in the constitution. But what this does is that it is creating the platform for everybody to participate.
I would say if that communication and come from here, the tendency is that very influential people may be in that caucus, and they will start to rub shoulders with
so the
constituency executives.
We are constituency chairman. We will be shoulder
a form said they are
we are lecturer area coordinator.
Yes.
You don't rub shoulders with the constituency executives. You could be an influential guy in the constituency.
Yes.
And you are an lecturer area coordinator, but your role is defined. So what just here? So in this case, there is a constituency caucus whose role, responsibilities, everything are duly defined.
Okay.
So you stick to it. You can't go outside it. And see, the room here is that if David Boakye decides or chooses not to run again in his region,
yes,
we don't lose him.
What is Lubet Masia deploying?
Oh, of course. We'll regional caucus meeting
okay.
Oba no abe share na adwen okay. So what you say there will be that platform again. It doesn't become somebody's discretion. The chairman then decides who he likes that he will bring on board. But there is a constituency caucus that you don't determine who is a member. The constitution defines who is a member. And in this case, it's bringing on board, like he said, about 20 to 30 other people who have been party executives in the past to now get to participate at that level. And I think it's a very, very good.
We say, Obi, as part of the reforms, we should have made all positions elective. That was one way it escaped me. Greetings to the incoming national organizer. Okay, title where Nixon is Tema East NPP.
There's a reason why no political party elects every officer.
Yes, maybe we elect him more, same more.
Yeah, but there's no definition, no standard of the numbers. The reason why in elect will be and this is a fact. Your assembly, in political science. Elections doesn't always give us the best people.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Elections don't always give us the best people. There are several reasons for people to win elections.
Yes.
that may not necessarily make the person the best
sure,
amongst those who are contesting.
Sure.
So I just
Sure.
So what the appointment does is that
a balance.
Obi a popular, very very popular guy. Obi to me a mobilizing Mranti our constituency. Monima Tro. Eti say youth group be the letter Brenner on to me kind. Omo Tro be Brenner on to me Yebi. Eti if the election brings up that person, what the party should do is to give him somebody so that person may not necessarily be a good organizer like the elected person, but obe complementing him. And so that's what the appointment does. So what does he?
Do you disagree? Say move voting for everyone.
No, I disagree. And not there, even as an organization, we can't even risk it. So yes, we cannot risk it because about 20 days, hey Obi. Who constituency be our own? Say who judge our own? Say as many times as nipa bi fi kro bi so no obe win
election. Sure.
It is a 17 in na fi kro we so a udi agora obe win because based on the population dynamics no sa kro no ene ne affiliate villages omo do so. So what just here? So the appointment would afford the party to balance it out. It's your koto aba ewo constituency mu no omo northern side wey nyina nipa na win here but southern side no see enye obi enfri ho a ye ntumi nko ho nko campaign na appointments no e dey back over aba so we cannot afford to elect everybody.
But I think the one that became very topical in the reforms, the communications director, some feel it should be an elective position,
and I think it's coming up and I'm very sure it will pass.
Say,
because it's long overdue. I am very, very sure say it will pass. You see, I will not recommend say Yentua Benji Director of Elections and Research.
Okay.
Because it's very technical.
Okay. But communications is
hold on. Director of Elections and Research, Edumano, is very, very technical.
Yes.
So I will not recommend. But communication there. Party for now, don't forget say communication no. And the okosia wo GI jiri na yereba be eduma. And you will PhD that wabon yereba be eduma. Why? And a party for no fee say ono eka omo nsem mo a etumi du echiri. Omo pe no mo mfa mo no. Why? And a party for no fee say obetumi ahihye omo communication structure in a way a obetumi abo mo nyina eduma. The party people can decide that. It is also technical. And I think we should allow the party to take that decision. In any case, we've tried the other one for a very long time. We've had its successes and its downside.
Failures.
If maybe I drew no, if you say embrace or say you bet to me, and don't forget to say as political parties, we pick lessons.
Yes.
So I just there was a time when MPP in Kwana communications director. Then this is friend of propaganda, and then so much because they realized that there is a lot of progress in here. And for me, if they've practiced it for all this while and we're all witnesses say it's working, why not?
Okay.
We should, because you see, as many times as the people, the masses can have the opportunity to elect and it won't bring challenges to the organization, we should make
very well. David, now answer na ma memfa we ntwem
Monday. Omo hia so omunya ade bia say to me ginger omo chama.
Yes.
Ye fa kokomo. We've been lacking in that space, and it's simply because the marriage of elections and research has been problematic.
Okay.
Elections,
yes.
The up and downs, putting the elections unit,
Okay.
By the time I
okay.
Now research, as so far.
Okay.
And I think one of the best decisions is why I back up.
Yes,
because now. And here post a beer and a Canada chair and the yes, and this time it's not entirely centralized. Every constituency would have an opportunity to run
an officer like
an all year round research that can be updated 365. Not for the bad center, analytics, then it can guide the party.
Honorable Kwame Duncan, former Central Regional Minister, will say, Obi, what it means is that for one to be eligible to contest for the youth organizer position, one does not have to be older than 31 years, since the term of office is 4 years.
No. Starting point. No. Definition, yes, starting point.
Okay. It is already 35 at the time of the elections.
Qualify.
Or qualify.
Yes.
Under his tenure, he would be more than 35.
That is it.
Retirement age is 60.
Yes.
And then just over 59.
Yes. Okay. In the Honorable Kwame Nadanka, that's the clarity in the enemy the Abba. Me pacho NK Pharma Limited, the Encamol syrup Abba alcohol.
Basically, what is going to do is say, remember all these former executives, an opportunity to still play a role.
Okay.
Because anybody himself party member and recognize in a certain way.
But the Nobeshim.
But currently, there, and we are losing
quality human resource
experience. Vast experience. I'll talk about Lucy and to say, it's a very important forum.
It was in your case, they say, looking at the quality you are made up of. Free youth organizer position here,
2018, I'm a tenant, and then MC,
yes,
I was still youth organizer for some months.
Oh, okay.
So when we went for the 2018 elections,
yes, and our tenure, and that's like 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
It is a transition into government. Our part in our home for this one,
because a lot of my colleagues are not many executives before about 2016 elections, almost about 80%. I mean, as we speak, you can't even find them in the constituency, and that's a problem. What you say, Obi or no, because my constituency chairman, my constituency women organizer,
yes,
the treasurer, all of them are no longer actively in the party. I mean, actively playing a role in the party, and that's a worry.
Yes.
I think say a hard party, because some me say, say youth organizer. I was a deputy youth organizer first.
Okay, and
for 4 years. Now I'm a youth organizer for another 4 years. Before then, I have been polling station youth organizer, polling station chairman. So for 16 years, my executive or party or constituency. Then you go for one elections, you are no longer part. Then that's it. No. So what happens to that 16 years experience? So, and see, I mean, your resources are part, per se, you're tappy. I don't place too much premium on the voting right. I think it's a small aspect of the discussion.
The recognition.
People place a lot of premium on the voting. I think it's the easiest aspect of it. But that invaluable experience, all these people are now bringing on board, I think is crucial.
But are you by that then saying, just the mere fact of the person becoming a delegate and non rekindle party spirit in him?
No, that is
only a delegate. Why should you say that?
No, that is why the constitution doesn't refer to you as a delegate first. And I've always had a problem with that thinking. The constitution recognizes you as a party officer first.
Okay.
The delegate there is a so you only become a delegate because of that your recognition. So the recognition is not because you are a delegate. You are not recognized for being a delegate.
For being a party officer.
A party officer. And in this case, what the reform is basically saying is that even when you leave your position as an officer of the party, you are more or less see yourself as like an ex-officio member of the parties running in the constituency. So I just you only become a delegate on one day. And see, we should not allow the conversation. You remember Makwena and Komodiano and Koya about delegate or the trouble. So I just and see, you being a delegate to them, I don't think it's the major aspect. But I say because of the impending elections, your man know the focal way, the experience, the exposure. The fact that the party is going to get an opportunity for more legs on the ground. Because now you may get to a point where whilst we have 17 constituency executives, by the time we do 12 years, now they assuming say every 4 years they are needing you are going to have 17 times 3 set of people who are still available in the constituency to also help run the constituency and help the constituency executives to run the party. I get that. Now by virtue of it makes a lot of difference. And what party more from me, I have worked in the party from the bottom to the up. would appreciate this particular reform. Crucial and very, very important.
The other thing, I think I know also I generate a lot of conversations. The voting for youth organizers and because I was a former youth organizer at the constituency level, the proposal now when it's the age 40 are now a cap, non-family 35, in line with international standards. Beyond 35 years, Obian to mean contested for youth organizer from the constituency, even from the polling station to national.
Yes, what do you see? Statistics are Nancy.